I'm Peter Drummey. I'm a historian and librarian at the Massachusetts Historical Society, and I guess I'm in my 43rd year working at the MHS. I should explain first that while the Jefferson Farmbook is one of my favorite objects in the MHS collections, it's not because it's a happy or lovely document. In fact, within its pages, the central dilemma of American history is on almost every of those pages. Jefferson was a very detailed record keeper, so he kept records both in his farm book, records of Monticello and other properties that he owned as commercial enterprises, and then he kept a separate volume of records called his garden book, which we also hold, which is his work as an experimental farmer and gardener. But in both of these volumes, the lives of enslaved people are everywhere within the pages. Altogether, Jefferson owned about 10,000 acres of land in Virginia, spread out over several different estates. And on these estates, he had an enslaved workforce of that grew to well over 100 people over the course of his life. And he makes very detailed records, which are of two sorts. One are lists. These are often lists of enslaved people on the various properties he owns. And then it also contains essentially year-to-year records of the agricultural enterprises. The other part of the farm book is even more stark. That is, it's lists of people as property divided up between these different plantations and farms. In a interesting and really awful way, we know a great deal of sort of basic information about the names, ages, and family connections of this very large enslaved workforce at Monticello. So this is a striking document in its own right, and I think central for understanding slavery in America and the Revolutionary and early national period. The reason the farm book is a favorite of mine is because of how it was described by Annette Gordon Reed, who wrote a book about first the connection of Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson, and later a book about the Hemings family, this extended family of people enslaved by Jefferson. And the reason for that is because the Hemingses of Monticello opens with Annette Gordon Reed, by way of a preface, describing a visit she made to the MHS to give a talk, and she asked to see the farm book, and the librarian takes her to it, and she describes it as being left with it. Now, I'm the librarian, so I didn't leave her entirely alone, but this was such a powerful experience for her. She describes it as such, but this kind of direct, powerful connection to the people enslaved in this past and Jefferson's role in this, her expressing the power of that moment has remained with me.